Eric didn't deserve this, so that's why I think his injuries are so minimal and he's so incredibly lucky.
A family saying it is a miracle tonight after being hit on his motorcycle by a pickup going nearly 100 miles an hour on the interstate yesterday. A horseman is expected to make a full recovery. It's a story we were the first to bring you last night when police say this man, 28-year-old Michael Yusa, went on a 30-minute or so rampage across town, including fleeing from the scene of that motorcycle crash to his South Fargo apartment, where witnesses say they watched as Yusa sprayed several rounds of bullets from the patio of his third-floor unit. Officials say he then got in 2 more hit and runs before stopping on the interstate and firing rounds at a North Dakota state trooper. This is where it all ended last night. The trooper, now identified as Miles Rodimus, returned fire, hitting Yusa twice in the arm. Yusa has now been released from a local hospital and sits behind bars at the Cass County Jail. Meanwhile, that motorcyclist we told you about, 34-year-old Eric O'Meara, is recovering at the hospital tonight. That is where Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke with his loved ones today. It's an interview you will only see here on Valley News Live.
Heather Brule says her boyfriend of 10 years, Eric O'Meara, can be easily described in just 4 words: life of the party.
Eric is the kind of person that likes to talk to everybody, meet everybody, make friends with everybody. He's always the person that'll, light up a room when he walks in.
And he's a friend to many, which is why Brule says when Eric wasn't answering her calls or texts Tuesday evening, she wasn't worried, as that's not unlike him.
Not until the troopers pulled up, and then I immediately knew. I was just hoping they weren't going to tell me he was dead.
Troopers then told her about the dozens in rush hour traffic who watched helplessly from their front seats as a pickup weaved in and out of interstate traffic, topping speeds near 100 miles an hour. The pickup then hit O'Meara from behind, slamming him to the ground. Officials then told her the pickup, with 28-year-old Michael Yusa behind the wheel, sped off.
It's beyond me to try and understand why. I do believe everything happens for a reason. I don't quite understand this reason yet.
Despite not wearing a helmet and the deadly speeds, Brule says Eric is a miracle, only suffering a few broken ribs, road rash, and what doctors say is a severe concussion.
Not even a skull fracture is pretty incredible. Very, very, very lucky.
And that good energy is what Brule says she's holding on to, saying while she knows she has every right to hate the man who landed the love of her life in a hospital bed, she says it's just not worth it.
Just can't understand people's anger in the world sometimes. And there's no point of me being angry at him. That's not going to solve anything. And he'll have his day in court, and that's all we can hope for.
In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Brule says O'Meara is expected to be taken off a ventilator by tomorrow and could get out of the hospital by the end of this week. A GoFundMe has now been set up to help with his medical bills. You can find the link to that on our VNL News app. Just click on this story.